Hello and welcome. I'm so happy you're here today, taking some time just for yourself to practice English. This is a special kind of practice, something that can really help you improve your listening and speaking skills if you use it the right way. You are going to hear natural, everyday English, the kind of sentences people really say, not just the formal English you find in textbooks. That's why this is so useful, because real-life English is often shorter, faster, and a little different from what we study in class. Imagine this. Every time you listen to a short story or situation, you are training your brain to understand English the way native speakers use it. You'll notice common patterns, expressions, and phrases that come up again and again. At first, it may feel difficult, and that's completely normal. You might not catch every word, and sometimes you might need to listen 2 or 3 times. But the more you listen, the more you start to recognize words and sentences naturally, and slowly you will understand more without even thinking about it. Another great thing about this type of listening practice is that it helps you speak more naturally to us. You can repeat sentences quietly after me, or even say them aloud when you feel ready. This is called shadowing, and it helps your pronunciation, your rhythm, and the way your English flows. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Every time you try, you get better. English is a skill, and skills improve with practice and patience. As you listen today, try to imagine yourself in the situations we will talk about. Picture yourself going to a restaurant, visiting a post office, talking to friends, or waiting for a bus. Imagine how you would speak, what you would say, and how others might respond. Listening and imagining like this is a powerful way to learn because your brain starts connecting words to real-life situations. You will start remembering phrases more easily, and you will feel more confident when you actually need to speak. It's also very helpful to listen more than once. The first time, just focus on understanding the overall meaning. Don't worry if you miss some words. The second or third time, pay attention to how the sentences are formed, how people say them naturally, and the expressions they use. Each time you repeat, you are building your English listening and speaking skills, and over time, you will notice real progress. So, welcome again, and thank you for spending this time practicing English with me. I'm excited to guide you through different situations and show you how people really speak in everyday life. By the end of this episode, you will have heard lots of useful phrases and sentences, and you'll be ready to start using them yourself. Now, let's get started and enjoy our practice together. Imagine it's Saturday evening and you decide to go to the movies. You arrive at the cinema, and there's a line at the ticket counter. You are waiting, and when it's your turn, you need to ask for your ticket. A very natural way to do this is by saying, "Hi, can I get 1 ticket for the 7 o'clock show, please?" That's short, friendly, and easy. Other ways to ask are, "Could I have 1 ticket for the 7 o'clock show?" Or "I'd like 1 ticket for the 7 o'clock show, please." All of these are correct, but "can I get" sounds more natural and more common in daily life. It's what most people really say. Now, the cashier might reply with something like, "Sure, that will be $10, or "Yes, 1 ticket, please." Sometimes they might ask you, "Do you want regular or VIP? Or do you prefer the balcony or the main hall?" And you can answer simply, "Regular is fine," or "I'll take VIP." If you want more than 1 ticket, you can say, "Hi, can I get 2 tickets for the 7 o'clock show, please?" Or, "Can I get 3 tickets together?" That word "together" is important if you want seats next to each other. Another way to say it is, "Could I have 3 seats side by side, please?" Now imagine you are buying popcorn and a drink. You go to the counter and you can say, "Hi, can I get a large popcorn and a soda, please?" Or you can say, "I'd like a popcorn combo, please." People also say, "Can I have a small popcorn and water?" Simple and clear. The cashier might ask you, "Do you want butter on your popcorn, or do you want ice in your drink?" You can answer, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you." Another very natural way is "No ice, thanks," or just "With ice, please." Short answers sound friendly and natural. Now you have your ticket and your snacks, and you are ready to go into the theater. At the door, the staff might say, "Can I see your ticket?" or "Ticket, please." You can reply by just giving it to them and saying, "Here you go," or "Sure, that's all you need." Inside the theater, maybe you are with a friend and you want to find your seats. You can say, "Where are our seats?" or "We are in row 5. If someone is sitting in your place, you can say politely, "Excuse me, I think these are our seats." Or, "Sorry, I believe we are in row 5. Seats 10 and 11. That's polite and clear. Before the movie starts, you might want to ask your friend, "Do you want some popcorn or do you want a drink?" Other ways to say this are, "Would you like some popcorn?" or simply, "Want some popcorn?" All three work, but the short version, "Want some popcorn," is very common in everyday English. When the movie is about to start, the lights go down, and someone might whisper, "The movie's starting," or "Quiet, it's starting." At the end of the movie, people often say things like, "That was great," or "I loved it," or sometimes, "It was okay." You can answer with, "Yeah, it was really good," or "Not my favorite, but fun." So today, you practiced many useful sentences, asking for tickets, buying snacks, showing your ticket, and talking with friends before and after the movie. These are the real phrases you need if you go to the cinema in English. They are short, natural, and much easier than long textbook sentences. Remember, the best way to learn is to listen again and again. Repeat the sentences quietly to yourself. Try shadowing them, saying them at the same time. Next time you go to the movies, these phrases will come naturally to your mind. And now, let's get ready for the next situation you might face in real life. Imagine it's a Saturday afternoon and you and your friend are going to a basketball game. You arrive at the stadium and there are many people around. At the entrance, you probably need to buy a ticket. You walk up to the ticket window and say, "Hi, can I get 2 tickets for tonight's game, please?" That's very natural and simple. Other ways to ask are, "Could I have 2 tickets for tonight's game?" or "I'd like 2 tickets for the game, please." All of these are fine, but "can I get" is the most common in real conversation. People don't usually say, "I would like to purchase 2 tickets," because that sounds too formal and a little heavy. Now, the cashier might ask you, "Do you want upper level or lower level? Or do you want seats near the court?" You can answer, "Upper level is fine," or "Lower level, please." If you want to be closer, you might say, "As close as possible, please." Sometimes, tickets are sold out in one section. The cashier could say, "Sorry, lower level is sold out. Only upper level available." You can reply, "That's okay, we'll take upper level." Or, "No problem, we'll take those." Short and easy. Now, you have your tickets, and you go inside the arena. At the door, someone will check your ticket. They might say, "Can I see your ticket?" or "Tickets, please." You can just hand them over and say, "Here you go," or "Sure." Simple and polite. Inside, you want to find your seats. You might look around and say to your friend, "Where are our seats?" Or, "We're in section 210, row 5. If you can't find it, you might ask someone, "Excuse me, is section 210 this way?" Or, "Hi, can you tell me where row 5 is?" People usually answer with something like, "Yes, go straight and to the left," or "Up the stairs and to the right." Now, before the game starts, you might want to buy food or drinks. At the concession stand, you can say, "Hi, can I get a hot dog and a Coke, please?" Or, "I'd like some nachos and water, please." If you want to be even shorter, you can just say, "One hot dog, one Coke, please." That's very common and sounds natural. The cashier might ask you, "Do you want small, medium, or large?" You can answer, "Medium, please," or "Large, thanks." Another natural way is just "Medium is fine," or even shorter, "Large, please." Now, the game starts. When the players come on the court, people around you might say, "Let's go," or "Come on." Some fans might shout, "Defense," or "Shoot it." These are short, exciting phrases fans use all the time. You don't need to shout them, but it's good to recognize them. If you are with a friend, you might say, "Wow, this place is loud," or "The atmosphere is amazing." Other natural things are, "This is fun," or "What a great crowd." During the game, you might want to say, "Nice shot," or "Good pass." If your team is losing, you might hear people say, "Come on, guys," or "We need a basket." And when your team scores, you can shout, "Yes," or "Let's go." These are the little things that make you sound natural as a fan. At halftime, maybe you and your friend go to get another snack. You can say, "Do you want something to eat or want a drink?" Another way is, "Should we grab something?" The worker at the counter might ask, "Anything else?" And you can reply, "No, that's all, thanks," or "That's it." After the game, when people are leaving, you might hear, "That was a great game," or "Wow, what an ending." You can reply with, "Yeah, amazing," or "So exciting." If your team lost, you might hear, "Oh no, that was tough," or "We'll get them next time." You can agree by saying, "Yeah, maybe next time." So in this block, you learned how to ask for tickets, how to order food, how to find your seats, and how to react during the game. All of these are real sentences, short and natural, just like fans use every day. Remember, the key is practice. Listen again, repeat the sentences, shadow the short dialogues. Next time you watch a game in English, you'll recognize the phrases and you'll feel more comfortable using them. And now, let's move to another fun situation you might face in real life. Imagine it's a sunny day and you and your friends decide to go to the beach. When you arrive, the first thing you might say is, "Wow, it's so hot today," or "What a beautiful day." Other natural things people say are, "Perfect weather for the beach," or "The sun feels great." These are short, friendly sentences you'll hear a lot. When you get to the sand, maybe you want to choose a place to sit. You can say, "Let's sit here," or "This spot looks good." Another way is, "How about over there?" or "Let's go closer to the water." It's very common to use short suggestions like these when deciding where to stay. Now, imagine you want to go swimming. You can say, "I'm going in," or "Let's swim." A little more casual would be, "Wanna go in?" or "Come on, let's go." If the water is cold, when you step in, you might say, "Oh, it's freezing," or "Wow, that's cold." On the other hand, if it feels good, you can say, "The water's perfect." People don't usually say, "The temperature of the water is very pleasant." That sounds like a school book. In real life, people just say, "It feels so good," or "nice and warm." When you come out of the water, maybe you want to relax. You might say, "I'm gonna lie down," or "I need some sun." Another way is "time to relax," or "I'll just chill here." Words like chill are very common in everyday conversation, much more than formal phrases like "I would like to rest now." At the beach, people often want something to drink. If there's a small stand or cellar, you can say, "Hi, can I get a bottle of water, please?" Or "Could I have a soda, please?" Another very common way is simply, "One water, please." Short, polite, and natural. The seller might ask, "Small or large?" And you can reply, "Small is fine," or "Large, please." Sometimes people at the beach buy ice cream. You can say, "Can I get an ice cream cone, please?" Or "I'd like a chocolate ice cream." Other quick ways are 1. Chocolate, please, or "Vanilla for me." The seller might ask, "Cup or cone?" And you can answer, "Cone, please," or "Cup, thanks." Now, maybe you and your friends want to play a game, like volleyball or frisbee. You can say, "Let's play," or "Who's in?" Other natural things are, "Wanna join?" or "Come on, let's start." When playing, people often shout, "Nice one," or "Good throw." These short comments are very natural in games. Later, you might want to talk about the sun. You can say, "Don't forget sunscreen," or "I need to put on more sunscreen." Other people might say, "I'm getting burned," or "The sun is strong today." These are common, natural warnings at the beach. If someone asks, "Do you want to go for a walk?" you can answer, "Sure, let's go," or "Maybe later." Another casual way is, "Yeah, why not?" or "I'll stay here for now." Notice how short these answers are in real life. As the day goes on, you may get hungry. If you brought snacks, you can say, "I'm gonna grab some chips," or "Want some fruit." A friend might answer, "Yes, please," or "No, I'm good." Again, natural, everyday English. When it's time to leave, you can say, "That was fun," or "A great day at the beach." Another natural way is, "We should do this again," or "Perfect beach day." People don't say, "This was an enjoyable recreational activity." That would sound strange. Instead, they just say, "That was awesome." So today at the beach, you learned how to talk about the weather. Choose a spot, go swimming, order drinks or ice cream, play games, and finally, leave with short, friendly comments. These are exactly the kinds of things native speakers say, and practicing them will help you sound more natural too. Take a moment now to repeat a few of these phrases quietly to yourself. Shadow them, say them with the same rhythm and tone. The more you repeat, the more natural it will feel when you need them. Next, we'll move into another fun situation where English comes alive. Imagine you were walking into a supermarket on a regular day. You pick up a shopping cart and start moving down the aisles. Maybe the first thing you say is, "Let's get some fruits first," or "We need some vegetables." Another natural way to say it is, "I'll start with fruits," or "Let's look at the vegetables first." In everyday English, people don't say, "I intend to acquire some fruits," because that sounds too formal. Short and simple is much more natural. When you reach the fruits, you might say, "I'll take 3 apples, please," or "Can I get to bananas?" Other ways people often say this are, "I'd like 3 apples," or 2 bananas, please. The clerk might ask, "Do you want them in a bag?" And you can answer, "Yes, please," or "No, thanks." These short, polite replies are exactly what you hear in real life. If you are looking for something specific, you can ask, "Excuse me, where are the oranges?" Or "Can you tell me where the bread is?" Other natural alternatives are, where can I find the milk? Or I'm looking for the cereal section. You don't need to say "Ga would like to be informed" regarding the location of the bread, because it sounds unnatural and too formal. Now, imagine you are in the dairy aisle. You can say, "I need some milk and cheese," or "Can I get a pack of butter, please?" Other ways are, "I'll take some yogurt," or "some cheese, please." If you want to ask about the price, you might say, "How much is this cheese?" or "What's the price for a liter of milk?" The clerk might answer, $2 for the cheese, or $1.50 for the milk. You can simply respond, "Great, thanks," or "Okay, I'll take it." At the checkout, you put your items on the belt. The cashier might say, "Hi, did you find everything okay?" You can reply, "Yes, thank you," or "Yes, everything's fine." This is a very common and friendly question. They might continue, "Do you have a loyalty card?" And you can answer, "Yes, here it is," or "No, thanks." When the total is ready, you can say, "Here you go," handing over cash or a card. Other natural ways are, "I'll pay with my card," or "I'll pay cash." After receiving your change or receipt, you can say, "Thank you very much," or simply, "Thanks." Small phrases like this make your English sound natural and friendly. If you were shopping with a friend, you might say, "Do you want to grab some snacks, or shall we get some ice cream?" Other natural ways are, "Let's look at the candy aisle," or "Want to see the frozen section?" Your friend can reply, "Sure, let's go," or "I'm good, thanks." Short replies like these are very common in real conversations. While walking through the aisles, you can comment on products. "This looks fresh," or "These tomatoes are small." Other ways are, "The apples are nice," or "The lettuce looks good." You don't need to say, "These products appear to be of excellent quality," because that sounds unnatural in everyday speech. If you forget something, you might go back and ask, "Excuse me, where are the eggs?" Or, "I forgot the bread, where is it?" Other natural ways are, "Can you tell me where the eggs are?" or "I need the bread, can you help me?" The staff will usually answer simply, "Aisle 5, or next to the milk." So, in this block, you practice the kind of English people use at the supermarket, asking for fruits, vegetables, and dairy, asking about prices, responding at the checkout, inviting a friend, and commenting naturally on products. All of these phrases are short, simple, and very common in real life. Take a moment now to repeat some of these phrases quietly to yourself. Imagine walking through the aisles, speaking to the staff and your friend. Shadow the sentences, say them with the same rhythm and tone. The more you repeat, the more natural it will feel. Imagine you are waiting at a bus stop on a busy morning. You check the schedule and see your bus is coming in a few minutes. You might say quietly to yourself, "I hope it comes on time," or "It's a bit late today." Other natural ways are, "Where is my bus?" or "I need the number 5 bus." People rarely say, "I am concerned about the punctuality of the vehicle," because that sounds too formal. Short, simple, everyday English is much better. When the bus arrives, you step forward and say, "Does this bus go to Main Street, or is this the number 5 bus?" Another way people ask is, "Will this bus take me downtown?" or "Is this the right bus for the city center?" The driver might reply, "Yes, it goes to Main Street," or "No, you need the next bus." You can respond simply, "Thanks," or "Okay, great." You get on the bus and need to pay. You might say, "1 ticket please," or "I'd like a single ride." Other ways to ask are, "Can I get a ticket?" or "Ticket for 1, please." The driver might ask, "Cash or card?" You can reply, "Card, please, or cash, thanks. Short, natural phrases work best here. As you find a seat, you might say to a friend, "Let's sit over there," or "There are some empty seats by the window." Other casual ways are, "Let's take these seats," or "We can sit here." People don't usually suggest that we occupy the seats near the window because it's too formal and unnatural for everyday speech. During the ride, you may want to ask someone a question. You could say, "Excuse me, is this seat taken? Or do you mind if I sit here?" Other natural ways are, "Can I sit here?" Or "Is anyone sitting here?" The person might respond, "No, go ahead," or "Yes, sorry, it's taken." These are short and friendly. If you are not sure when to get off, you can ask, "Excuse me, is this Main Street? Or can you tell me when we reach Central Park?" Another natural way is this the stop for the library? People often keep it very simple. The driver or a fellow passenger might say, "Next stop," or "This is it." You can then respond, "Thanks a lot," or "Great, thank you." Sometimes the bus is crowded, and you might need to squeeze through. You can say, "Excuse me, can I get through?" or "Sorry, I need to pass." Other ways are "coming through," or "Pardon me." Short phrases make it easy to communicate in tight spaces. If you are traveling with friends, you might say, "Let's get off at the next stop," or "We should get ready now." Another way to say it is, "Next stop is ours," or "Time to stand up. Our stop is coming." Simple and clear English is what people actually use. While on the bus, you might comment on the route. "It's so busy today," or "I like this route." Other casual ways are, "Traffic is slow," or "The view is nice from here." Again, short and natural works best. At your stop, you say, "This is our stop," or "We need to get off here." Other ways are, "Here's our stop," or "Time to get off." You step down, maybe saying to your friend, "Let's go," or "Ready." Short, natural phrases keep the conversation flowing. So in this block, you practiced English for public transport, asking about buses, paying for tickets, finding a seat, asking questions, talking to friends, and getting off. All these phrases are short, natural, and very common. Take a moment to repeat these phrases quietly to yourself. Imagine yourself on the bus, speaking to the driver, other passengers, and friends. Repeat the sentences with the same rhythm and tone. Shadowing like this makes your English sound much more natural. Next, we can move to another everyday situation, maybe visiting a pharmacy or ordering food at a cafe. Imagine you are walking into a small cafe on a sunny morning. You approach the counter, ready to order your breakfast or coffee. You might say, "Hi, can I get a cappuccino, please?" Another natural way to ask is, "Could I have a cappuccino?" Or "I'd like a cappuccino, please." These are all friendly, simple, and common ways to order. You don't need to say, "I would like to request a cappuccino beverage," because it sounds too formal. Short and natural is much better in real life. The barista might ask, "Would you like that hot or iced? Or do you want milk or soy?" You can reply, "Hot, please," or "Soy milk, thanks." Other casual ways are, "Hot is fine," or "I'll take soy, thanks." Keep your responses short and friendly. If you want something to eat, you can say, "Can I get a croissant?" or "I'll take a muffin, please." Other ways are, "One croissant, please," or "I'd like a muffin." The barista may ask, "Anything else?" You can respond, "No, thanks," or "That's all, thanks." Simple, clear, and polite answers are very natural. Sometimes you might want to ask about the menu. You can say, "What do you recommend?" or "Which sandwich is best?" Other ways to ask are, "Can you tell me what's popular?" or "I'm not sure what to choose. Any suggestions?" The staff might answer, "The turkey sandwich is very popular," or "I recommend the blueberry muffin." You can respond, "Great, I'll try that," or "Sounds good, thanks." If you were ordering with a friend, you might say, "Do you want a latte, or should we get some cookies?" Other natural ways are, "Let's get a latte," or "Want to share a cookie?" Your friend might respond, "Yes, let's do that," or "No, I'm good, thanks." Keep it casual and friendly. When it's time to pay, you can say, "Here you go," handing over cash or a card. Other natural ways are, "I'll pay with my card," or "Cash, please." After receiving your change or receipt, you can say, "Thanks a lot," or just "Thanks." Short, polite phrases make your English sound natural and friendly. While waiting for your order, you can comment on your surroundings. You might say, "It's really busy today," or "I like this cafe." Other ways are, "The music is nice," or "The place is cozy." Simple sentences like these keep your English casual and natural. When the barista calls your name, you can say, "Thank you," or "Got it, thanks." Other natural ways are, "Thanks a lot," or "Perfect, thanks." Then you take your coffee and food, maybe saying to your friend, "Let's find a table," or "Shall we sit by the window?" Other ways are, "Let's sit over there," or "Window seat is good." If you were in a fast food place instead, you can say, "Hi, I'd like a cheeseburger and fries, please," or "Can I get a chicken sandwich and a soda?" Other ways are, "One cheeseburger combo, please," or "I'll take the chicken sandwich combo." The cashier might ask, "Do you want it for here or to go?" You can answer, "To go, please," or "For here, thanks." Short, friendly responses work best. So in this block, you practiced ordering in a cafe or fast food, asking for drinks and food, asking for recommendations, paying, commenting casually, and talking with a friend. All these phrases are short, natural, and commonly used in real-life situations. Take a moment to repeat these phrases quietly to yourself. Imagine standing at the counter, speaking with the barista, and chatting with your friend. Shadow the sentences. Say them with the same rhythm and tone. Practicing like this makes your English sound natural and confident. Imagine you are walking into a pharmacy because you need some medicine or personal care items. As you enter, you might think, "I hope I find what I need quickly," or "I need to get some pain relief." Other natural ways to say this are, "I'm looking for some medicine," or "I need a few things from the pharmacy." People usually don't say, "I am intending to acquire medicinal items," because it sounds too formal. Short and friendly is much better. As you walk down the aisles, you might see a clerk and ask, "Excuse me, where can I find headache medicine?" Or "Do you have cough syrup?" Other natural ways to ask are, "Can you tell me where the painkillers are?" or "I'm looking for cold medicine." The clerk might answer, "Aisle 3. On the left or right here by the counter." You can respond, "Thanks a lot," or "Great, thank you." Notice how short responses keep the conversation natural and smooth. If you need something specific, like vitamins, you might say, "Do you have vitamin C?" or "I'd like some multivitamins, please." Other ways are, "Can I get vitamin C?" or "I'm looking for multivitamins." The pharmacist might ask, "Do you need capsules or tablets?" You can reply, "Tablets, please," or "Capsules are fine." Short and clear phrases make the interaction friendly and easy. Sometimes you need advice. You could say, "What do you recommend for a sore throat?" Or, "I'm not sure which medicine to take." Other natural ways are, "Can you help me with something for a cold?" Or, "I need some advice for a headache." The pharmacist might respond, "This one works well," or, "I suggest taking 2 tablets a day." You can reply, "Thanks, I'll do that." Or, "Great, thank you for your help." At the checkout, you put your items on the counter. The cashier might say, "Do you need a bag?" Or, "Are you picking up a prescription today?" You can answer, "Yes, please," or "No, thanks." Another natural way is, "I don't have a prescription today," or "Just these items, thanks." Keep your phrases short and polite. When paying, you can say, "I'll pay with card or cash, please." Other ways are, "Here's my card," or "Cash is fine, thanks." After receiving your receipt or change, you can respond, "Thanks a lot," or just "Thanks." Simple phrases like these make you sound natural. While shopping, you might notice other products and comment casually, "This hand cream smells nice," or "These vitamins look good." Other ways are, "I like this shampoo," or "This soap is interesting." People in real life often keep comments short and friendly, not formal or long. If you are with a friend, you might say, "Do you want to grab some lip balm, or shall we check the skincare aisle?" Other natural ways are, "Let's look at the lotion," or "Want to see the toothpaste section?" Your friend might respond, "Sure, let's go," or "No, I'm good, thanks." Short replies like these keep conversations casual. Sometimes, you might need to clarify a product. You can ask, "Is this gluten-free?" or "Does this medicine have sugar?" Other ways are, "Can you tell me if this is sugar-free?" or "I need a product without gluten." The pharmacist might answer, "Yes, it's gluten-free," or "No sugar in this one." You can simply respond, "Great, thanks," or "Perfect, thank you." All of these phrases are short, simple, and very common in real life. Take a moment to repeat these phrases quietly to yourself. Imagine walking through the aisles, speaking with the pharmacist and cashier, and chatting with your friend. Shadow the sentences, say them with natural rhythm and tone. Practicing like this helps your English sound natural, confident, and friendly. Imagine you are walking into a clothing store. Maybe you want to buy a new shirt, a pair of jeans, or a jacket. As you enter, you might think, "I hope I find something I like," or "I need a comfortable jacket for the winter." Other natural ways to say this are, "I'm looking for a new shirt," or "I need some clothes for work." People usually don't say, "I am intending to acquire apparel for my wardrobe," because that sounds too formal and unnatural. Short, friendly phrases are much better. You walk toward the section you need. You might ask a staff member, "Excuse me, do you have this in medium?" Or, "Can you tell me where the jeans are?" Other ways are, "Do you have this size?" Or, "Where can I find the pants section?" The staff might answer, "Yes, medium is over there," or "Jeans are in aisle 3. You can respond naturally, "Thanks a lot," or "Great, thank you." Short replies keep your conversation smooth. If you want to try something on, you can say, "Can I try this on?" or "Is there a fitting room?" Other natural ways are, "I'd like to try it," or "Where can I try this?" The staff might say, "Right over there," or "Go ahead, the fitting room is open." You can reply, "Thanks," or "Perfect, thank you." While trying on clothes, you might comment to a friend, "This shirt is too small," or "I like these jeans." Other ways to say it are, "These pants are comfortable," or "This jacket looks good on me." People often keep these sentences short and casual, not long or formal. Sometimes you need advice. You could ask, which color do you think is better, or does this look good on me? Other ways are, should I get the blue or black, or do these jeans fit well? Your friend or staff might reply, I like the blue, or the black looks better. You can answer, thanks, I'll take the blue, or okay, I'll try the black. If you want to check the price, you can ask, how much is this shirt? Or what's the price of these shoes? Other natural ways are, can you tell me the price? Or how much do these cost? The staff might say, it's $20 or $35 for the shoes. You can respond, great, thanks, or perfect, thank you. At the checkout, you put your clothes on the counter. The cashier might ask, do you have a loyalty card, or are you paying by cash or card? You can answer, no, thanks, or card, please. Other ways are, I don't have a card, or I'll pay with cash. After receiving your receipt or bag, you can say, thanks a lot, or thanks, have a good day. While browsing, you might notice other items and comment casually. I like this sweater, or these shoes look nice. Other ways are, this scarf is pretty, or these pants are stylish. Short, natural sentences make your English sound casual and friendly. Sometimes you might need to ask for sizes. You can say, do you have this in large? Or I need a small size, please. Other natural ways are, can I get a different size? Or is there a bigger size? The staff might respond, yes, here it is, or sorry, we're out of large. You can reply, thanks anyway, or no problem, thanks. If you are shopping with friends, you might ask, do you want to see this jacket? Or shall we check the shoe section? Other natural ways are, look at this, what do you think? Or, want to see the new arrivals? Your friend might respond, yes, let's see, or no, I'm good, thanks. Casual, friendly exchanges keep the conversation natural. So in this block, you practiced English for shopping for clothes, asking about sizes, trying items on, checking prices, paying, commenting casually, asking for advice, and talking with friends. All of these phrases are short, natural, and very common in everyday life. Take a moment to repeat the phrases quietly to yourself. Imagine walking around the store, speaking with staff and friends. Shadow the sentences, saying them with natural rhythm and tone. This repetition will help your English sound confident, casual, and real. Imagine you are walking into a cozy bookstore or a quiet library. The smell of books surrounds you, and you feel excited to explore. You might think, I hope I find some interesting books, or I want to borrow a book about history. Other natural ways to say this are, I'm looking for a new novel, or I want to find a book on cooking. People usually don't say, I am intending to acquire literary materials, because it sounds too formal. Short, friendly sentences are much better for real-life conversations. As you walk toward the section you need, you might see a staff member and ask, excuse me, can you help me find this book? Or do you have books on photography? Other natural ways are, where can I find books about science? Or I'm looking for a specific author. The staff might answer, it's in aisle 4, or right here. On the top shelf, you can respond, thanks a lot, or great. Thank you. Notice how short. Natural replies keep the conversation smooth. If you are borrowing a book at the library, you might say, I'd like to check out this book, or can I borrow these 2 books? Other ways to say it are, I want to borrow this book, or can you help me borrow these? The librarian might ask, do you have a library card? You can answer, yes, here it is, or no, I need to make one. Short and clear responses make the interaction friendly. Sometimes you want advice about what to read. You could say, "What do you recommend?" or "Which book is good for beginners?" Other ways are, "Can you suggest something interesting?" or "I'm not sure what to read. Any ideas?" The staff might respond, "This one is very popular," or "I think you'll enjoy this novel." You can reply, "Thanks, I'll try that," or "Sounds perfect, thank you." While browsing, you might notice other people's choices and comment casually, "That looks like a good book," or "I like this author." Other ways are, "This book seems interesting," or "I've heard of this series." People usually keep these sentences short and friendly. If you are reading in a quiet area, you might whisper to a friend, "This place is so peaceful," or "I like sitting by the window." Other natural ways are, "It's nice and quiet here," or "I enjoy reading in this corner." Your friend might respond, "Yes, I love it," or "It's perfect for studying." Short, casual exchanges make conversations natural. When you want to find a specific book, you might ask, "Do you have the latest Harry Potter book?" or "Can you tell me if this novel is available?" Other ways are, "Is this book in stock?" or "I'm looking for this title." The staff might answer, "Yes, we have it," or "Sorry, it's checked out." You can respond, "Thanks anyway," or "No problem, thank you." If you are buying a book in a bookstore, you can say, "I'll take this one please," or "Can I buy these two books?" Other natural ways are, "I'd like to purchase this book," or "I want to buy these." The cashier might ask, "Do you want a bag?" or "Will that be cash or card?" You can respond, "Card, please," or "No bag, thanks." Keep it short, friendly, and polite. While reading or choosing, you might comment on the covers or topics. "This cover is beautiful," or "I like this topic." Other ways are, "The title is interesting," or "This seems fun to read." People in real life usually keep comments short and casual. So in this block, you practiced English for visiting a bookstore or library, asking for help, finding books, borrowing or buying, asking for recommendations, commenting casually, and interacting politely. All these phrases are short, natural, and common in everyday life. Take a moment to repeat these phrases quietly to yourself. Imagine walking through the aisles, talking to staff, and discussing with friends. Shadow the sentences, using the same rhythm and tone. Practicing like this helps your English sound natural, friendly, and confident. Imagine you are invited to a small social gathering or party. You might feel a little nervous, but also excited to meet new people and practice your English as you arrive. You might think, "I hope I can talk to everyone easily," or "I want to enjoy this party." Other natural ways to say this are, "I hope I make new friends," or "I'm looking forward to meeting people." People usually don't say, "I intend to participate in social interactions," because it sounds too formal. Short, friendly sentences feel natural in these situations. When you enter, you might greet someone with, "Hi, how are you?" or "Hello, nice to see you." Other ways are, "Hey, how's it going?" or "Hi there, nice to meet you." The person might reply, "I'm good, thanks, and you?" or "Hello, nice to see you too." You can answer, "I'm great, thanks," or "I'm fine, thank you." Short greetings like these make people feel comfortable and welcome. If you meet someone new, you might say, "I'm your name. What's your name?" or "Hi, I don't think we've met yet." Other ways are, "Hey, I'm your name. Nice to meet you," or "Hello, you're new here, right?" The other person might respond, "I'm their name. Nice to meet you too," or "Yes, I'm their name." You can reply, great to meet you, or nice meeting you. These short sentences help you start conversations naturally. Sometimes people ask about your day or interests. You can say, I'm having a good day, thanks, or I love basketball, what about you? Other ways are, my day's been nice, and you, or I like reading, do you? The other person might respond, that's great, I like basketball too, or oh, cool, I also enjoy reading. You can reply, awesome, we have the same hobby, or nice, that's interesting. Keeping sentences short and friendly makes conversations flow easily. If there's food or drinks, you might say, can I get some juice? Or I'll take a slice of pizza, please. Other natural ways are, I'd like some water, or I'll have a piece of cake. Someone might respond, here you go, or help yourself to the snacks. You can reply, thanks a lot, or great. Thank you. Short phrases like this are very common in casual social gatherings. While talking, you might compliment someone. I like your shirt, or your bag is nice. Other ways are, that's a cool jacket, or I love your shoes. People usually keep compliments short and friendly. You can reply to compliments with, thanks, or I like yours too. Sometimes you might want to join a conversation or ask a question, what are you talking about, or can I join your group? Other ways are, mind if I join, or what's the topic? The group might answer, sure, come in, or we're talking about movies. You can respond, thanks, that's great, or cool, I love movies too. Short, polite phrases make it easy to join groups. If you need to leave early, you can say, I have to go now. It was nice meeting you, or I need to leave. Thanks for inviting me. Other natural ways are, I should head home, see you later, or thanks for the party. I had fun. People might respond, bye, see you soon, or take care. You can reply, bye, have a great day, or see you next time. During the party, you might also practice casual small talk. It's really warm today, isn't it? Or I love this music. Other ways are, the weather is nice, or this song is great. Other people might respond, yes, it's very warm, or I like this song too. You can reply, exactly, I love it, or me too, it's awesome. Short sentences like this make conversation natural and friendly. So in this block, you practiced English for attending a small social gathering or party. Greetings, introductions, small talk, offering and accepting food or drinks, giving compliments, joining conversations, and leaving politely. All these phrases are short, casual, and common in everyday life. Take a moment to repeat these sentences quietly to yourself. Imagine entering the party, greeting people, talking with friends, and enjoying the food. Shadow the phrases, saying them with natural rhythm and tone. Practicing like this will help your English sound natural, confident, and friendly. Imagine you are entering a restaurant for lunch or dinner. The smell of food fills the air, and you feel excited to enjoy a meal. You might think, I hope the food is good, or I want to try something new today. Other natural ways to say this are, I'm excited to eat here, or I hope the menu has something I like. People usually don't say, I intend to partake in a culinary experience, because that sounds too formal. Short, casual sentences are much better for real-life conversation. As you approach the host or hostess, you can say, hi, a table for one, please, or two people, please. Other natural ways are, could we get a table for two, or I'd like a table for four, please, the host might answer, right this way, or your table is ready. You can respond, thank you, or perfect, thanks. Simple phrases like these make the interaction smooth and friendly. Once you are seated, you might want to ask for the menu. You can say, "Can I see the menu, please?" Or "Do you have a menu?" Other ways are, "Could you give me the menu?" Or "May I have the menu, please?" The waiter might respond, "Here you go," or "Of course, one moment." You can reply, "Thanks a lot," or "Great, thank you." If you want a recommendation, you could ask, "What's popular here?" or "Which dish do you suggest?" Other ways are, "Can you recommend something?" or "What do people usually order?" The waiter might respond, "Our pasta is very popular," or "I recommend the grilled chicken." You can reply, "Sounds great, I'll try that," or "Perfect, thank you for the suggestion." When ordering food, you can say, "I'll have the pasta, please," or "Can I get a salad?" Other natural ways are, "I'd like the soup," or "I want the chicken sandwich." The waiter might ask, "Would you like anything to drink?" You can respond, "Water, please," or "A soda, thank you." Short, polite phrases keep the conversation smooth and friendly. Sometimes you need to ask about ingredients. You could say, "Does this have nuts?" or "Is this vegetarian?" Other natural ways are, "I'm allergic to nuts. Is this safe?" or "Can you tell me if this is vegetarian?" The waiter might answer, "Yes, it's safe," or "No, it has chicken." You can respond, "Thanks for letting me know," or "Okay, I'll choose something else." Now that we've practiced so many real-life situations together, take a moment to think about all the phrases you've learned today. You've practiced greetings, introductions, ordering food, visiting the bank or post office, attending parties, and so much more. Each time you listen, try to repeat the sentences quietly to yourself. Imagine yourself using them in real life, speaking with confidence, friendliness, and natural rhythm. Remember, learning English is not about perfection. It's about practice, repetition, and enjoying the process. It's amazing to notice your progress, even in small steps. Maybe at first, some phrases feel tricky, or you need to pause the audio and repeat them several times. That's okay. Every time you do, your listening, speaking, and understanding improve. Think about how much more confident you'll feel the next time you greet someone, order food, ask for directions, or chat with a friend in English. If you've enjoyed this practice, I'd love for you to stay connected and keep improving your English with us. You can do that by subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Hitting the like button also helps, and it's a great way to show you want more content like this. Sharing with friends who are learning English is another way to help them practice while keeping yourself motivated. Remember, consistency is the key. Listen to this episode again, maybe shadow the phrases, and notice the improvements over time. Each time you return, you'll hear things you didn't notice before. You'll start recognizing common words, sentence patterns, and expressions that native speakers use naturally. Thank you so much for spending this time practicing with me today. I hope you feel proud of what you've accomplished and motivated to continue your journey in English. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep speaking, even if it feels challenging at first. Every little step counts, and you are building confidence and fluency with each practice session. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, take care, keep learning, and enjoy using your English in real life. Bye for now, and happy practicing.